Welcome to the Ultimate in Strength Athletics. This is the Metrics World's Strongest Man. This year's host is Charleston, the capital city of West Virginia. Today, Group 5 begins their qualifying run, and they start off with the loading race. Todd Harris, along with my partner, Bill Kazmaier. Kaz, this isn't an event anyone is too excited about.
Todd, that's for good reason. The athletes will have to race through sand while moving 4 objects weighing a total of just over 1,000 pounds. The entire body takes a pounding in this event.
Now to Heat 1, this is Florian Trimple of Germany making his second World's Strongest Man appearance.
Florian isn't the biggest, bulkiest guy, but he showed plenty of ability last year.
Latvia's Ravis Vidzis is back for the 4th straight year.
Ravis is a former finalist, and he knows what he has to do to get back there.
And in lane 3.
And then there's Jimmy Marcoux of England. He is Britain's strongest man.
Jimmy's made amazing progress since last year. He's beat some huge names in winning Britain's strongest man this year.
Well, they start off with the kegs. They weigh 231 pounds, but Kaz, it's that deep sand that is just so brutal.
I like Jimmy's long stride down the course. He's a bit behind, but let's see if he can't make this up.
Ravis Vidzis in the yellow, Jimmy Marcoux in the green, and look at this. Marcoux first to finish off the kegs. Remember, those are 231 pounds. Now they're onto the sacks as Florian Trimple of Germany struggles, and Marcoux, 275 pounds in arm.
He's got a lot of power, and he's manhandling these 275ers.
Making sure he gets good placement. He's the first man onto the last sack. Again, 275 pounds. And if Jimmy Marcoux can just get a grip here, Kaz, I think he's going to win this heat.
Way ahead. He's got to feel good coming down the home stretch.
Places it and stops the clock. 54.25 seconds for England's Jimmy Marcoux. So that becomes the mark to beat. Ravis Vidzis of Latvia and Florian Trimple still on course.
This is no walk in the park, and Ravis is really bogged down in the sand.
Trimple's just all but spent as he goes back for the last sack, and the time has run out on both men. Jimmy Marcoux, though, 54.25 seconds. He is your leader. Ravis Vidzis, a very disappointing start, only 3 objects in just over 43 seconds. And for Florian Trimple, he'll look to the next event. Welcome to the 31st edition of the Ultimate Test of Strength. This is the Metrics World's Strongest Man. Coming to you from the banks of the Kanawha River in Charleston, West Virginia. The Kanawha River is a major waterway for both business and recreation purposes for the hundreds of thousands of people who live along its banks. And hello once again, everyone. Welcome to West Virginia. I'm Todd Harris. Well, today, qualifying group number 5 begins their run. And of these 6 athletes, only 2 will move into the final. Headlining this group, a pair of Americans. First, Travis Ortmeyer from Houston, Texas. Now, he's new to World's Strongest Man, but he is a known commodity in the world of strength athletics. He has both the physical skills and the mental discipline to challenge someone like Mariusz Pudzianowski, our defending champion. Another American from Minnesota, Dave Oslin. He has qualified for the final 2 of the last 3 years. He has both the knowledge and the tools to make something happen here in Charleston. Also, the giant Swede, Magnus Samuelsson. This could be his last go-around. He won it all back in 1998. And Britain's reigning strongest man is here as well, Jimmy Marcoux. Watch out for him. Right now, before we move on in the competition, we want to check in with my colleague, 3-time World's Strongest Man champion, Bill Kazmaier, who's standing by at a World's Strongest Man Classic, the truck pull.
Todd, you couldn't have found a more appropriate vehicle pull than this 50,000-pound load of coal. Because by the time the athletes reach the finish line, they're going to feel as if their bodies have been dragged through a blast furnace. Body mass and power are critical in the initial surge as the athletes attempt to move this mammoth truck and gain momentum down the 20-meter course. The strongmen need to keep their bodies as low to the ground as possible, but that comes with painful consequences. The fire that starts in the legs won't be contained for long as it spreads throughout the athletes' entire bodies until they begin to shut down. Then it's all about heart. Who can drive through the finish line even with nothing left to give?
All right, thanks, Kaz. Before we get back to the action, let's introduce you to all 6 of our international competitors here at the World's Strongest Man.
Magnus Samuelsson, Sweden.
Dave Oslin,
USA. Björn Trimple. Germany. Jimmy Marcoux. England. Braves. Latvia. Travis Ortmeyer. USA.
Now back to Magic Island in Charleston for the second of 2 heats in the loading race. This is group number 2, and here come the big boys. Magnus Samuelsson, the 1998 champion, is making his 13th World's Strongest Man appearance.
God, Magnus is amazing. If he's healthy, he can compete with anyone out here.
And it's the 4th time for Dave Ostlund of Minnesota.
Dave's always been a good athlete for his size, but he's made huge improvements in his core strength.
And the big rookie from Texas, this is Travis Ortmeyer.
God, he's only a rookie to this show. He's a formidable force in the world of strength athletics.
They will be tested right away in the deep sand. That first keg, 231 pounds.
Flick with great power, but a big mistake right off the start by Travis.
Travis finds himself down now, almost a full length. One more keg, same weight, 231. Dave Ostlund with a nice lead in the middle.
And Austin's the kind of athlete that will capitalize on a mistake like that. He can now just go smooth and steady and take home the victory.
Magnus Samuelsson staying very close to Ostlund, but it's Ostlund out in front with the first sack, 275 pounds.
Dave's got tremendous conditioning. Let's see if he even gets tired on this event.
Time to beat 54.25 seconds, and Ostlund is way ahead of that pace.
Nice lift in his step. Ostlund's doing great.
Dave Ostlund, in a time of just over 47 seconds, gets the win. But it looks like Magnus may have edged out Travis Ortmeyer. Ortmeyer credited with a time of 49.49 seconds. 3rd place. Magnus Samuelsson does just beat him. He'll get 2nd place, but the big winner, Dave Ostlund, 47.59 seconds. Wow, from the start, this race was all about Dave Ostlund, and while he celebrated, the old veteran was able to edge the rookie for 2nd place. Kaz is standing by with our winner.
It didn't look so bad. It was harder than it looked. The sand really burns your legs out after by the time you get to that 4th sandbag, it's tough.
Well, this is your 4th time the world's strongest. You gonna make a move?
I think all the heats are very tough this year, and it's going to come down to who doesn't make mistakes, goes through to the final.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much, Bill.
Dave Ostlund picks up the win in the loading race and earns 6 big points towards the overall standings. Samuelsson was 2nd. In 3rd, it was Ortmeyer. Then it was Marcoux, Vizis, and Trimple. 13 appearances, 10 trips to the final. The champion in 1998, Magnus Samuelsson, is simply a legend. His quest continues when the Metrics World's Strongest Man returns. Welcome back to the Metrics World's Strongest Man in Charleston, West Virginia, where Magic Islanders qualifying group number 5 moves to their 2nd event, the keg toss.
Todd, if you don't have explosive power, you might as well not even show up for this one. The athletes need to launch 8 kegs, which range from 33 to 49 pounds, over a 16-foot wall. Complicating the issue is the lead shot in the barrels that make the kegs difficult to handle.
Our first competitor, Jimmy Marcoux of England, who was 4th in the first event. Now remember, Jimmy had all sorts of problems with the keg toss last year.
Yeah, Jimmy's like all these other guys. He figures out his problems and works on his weaknesses. And right there, he shows you he's got explosive power.
Those kegs, 33 pounds. Now he's under the 37-pounders. And Kaz, this is unbelievable. He is clearing the 16-foot barrier by a good 5 feet.
Great form. Little slip-up, but he's acting like these barrels are empty.
The blue one's 44 pounds. The gold one's 49 pounds.
He's getting some really fortunate luck, bouncing against the wall and still going over.
And Jimmy completes the entire rack in a time of just over 35 seconds. So that becomes the time to beat in the keg toss.
Todd, Jimmy's only 5 foot 10 inches tall, so he's at a big disadvantage here. But just look how he uses his entire body to fire those kegs over the wall.
Magnus Samuelsson's legacy in the sport is already secure, but the 1998 champion is trying to make one more run for the title in what could be his final appearance.
I still love the sport, and most of all, I love training. I still know I can beat people if I want to, so that's why I'm here. Before an event, I walk around telling myself the same thoughts over and over again. A quick talk with Lord Almighty, and then when I come back from that, I just feel adrenaline is rousing, heart is beating full throttle, and for some reason that's the whole drive force I think we train. Basically, strongman is quite easy. Just put all the meters on red and just hoping that nothing breaks. That's pretty much what strongman is all about. I don't know how many World's Strongest Man contests I have in me. I mean, I've been here 13 times, and I enjoyed it, but maybe it's time to move forward and do something else. I'm saying to people, and I've promised my family that this is going to be my last World's Strongest Man. And I will try to hold that promise. So this is probably it.
Well, Kaz, what a career it has been for Magnus Samuelsson.
What he's done is incredible. It says a lot about his character to know that he's amongst the very best in the world for 15 years. This man runs his machine wide open.
Talk about wide open. Those red kegs weigh 33 pounds, and he clears the 16-foot wall with ease. Same as the first white one. That's 37 pounds he's throwing.
Nice form. A lot of legs, low back, good snap. He's built for this event. He's just a great strongman.
First mistake right there. Remember the time to beat, 35.41 seconds put up by Jimmy Marcoux. Magnus is not going to eclipse that mark, but this would be strong if he'd get all 8 kegs. Those gold ones, 49 pounds.
Seems to be running out of steam. Maybe the batteries are a little low for this.
He has battled some back injuries in the past.
And he's used it here quite a bit. 7-8 times.
And Magnus Samuelsson is done, but a strong performance. 6 kegs in a time of 1 minute and 15 seconds. 2 of the USA's best, Dave Ostlund, the veteran from Minnesota, and Travis Ortmeyer, the rookie from Texas, will be center stage when we return to Charleston, West Virginia. The athletes in the Metrics World's Strongest Man aren't the only ones in West Virginia doing some heavy lifting. The 35,000 miners in the state produce more than 160 million tons of coal each year, a number that accounts for 15% of the nation's annual total. Amazingly, since West Virginia became a state in 1863, over 13 billion tons have been mined, but over 52 billion additional tons remain in the ground. Welcome back to Magic Island in Charleston as Group 5's qualifying round continues with the conclusion of their second event, the keg toss. 4 of the 6 athletes have already gone, and the current leader is England's Jimmy Marcoux. He launched 8 kegs over the wall in an amazing 35.41 seconds. Time now for the overall leader after one event, Minnesota's Dave Ostlund.
At 6'7", Dave's got the height you want for this event. He should be able to just launch these kegs with ease.
And Team Ostlund out in force here in Charleston. Those first red kegs, 33 pounds. And look at that, Kaz. That's amazing.
Hardly any movement from where he picks the kegs. I like that. Saves time and energy.
Makes quick work of the white kegs, which weigh 37 pounds. Now into the blue kegs, those are 44-pounders.
Changed his hand grip.
Oh, and his first mistake.
Dave's always thinking. I'm surprised he's even made one mistake.
Now onto the gold kegs, 49 pounds apiece.
He's really deliberate, but he's not extending his back, coming up on his toes. I think his whole body's fatigued.
And these gold kegs at 49 pounds aren't helping the matter. Well, he's got a total of 75 seconds to complete this, Kaz, but he's running out of time.
He's settled down, looks fired up, but he may be out of energy. Can't sell him short. Nice job.
So it's the last keg for Dave Ostlund. The trajectory is just not there, and he's down to his last 5 seconds. So Ostlund will have to settle for 7 kegs in a time of 1 minute 15 seconds. That puts him currently into second place in the keg toss competition.
This is surprising to me. Dave started off looking so strong that all of a sudden he was spent, and there was no way that last barrel was going over the 16-foot wall.
That brings us to Travis Ortmeyer, Texas. Travis is in 3rd place after one event.
I love how this guy looks like a wild animal about to be uncaged. He's ready to attack those kegs.
And I remind you, the time to beat put up by Jimmy Marcoux, 35.41 seconds. Look at this. He's throwing them from right where he picks them up, Kaz. That's a veteran move.
That's efficiency. This could be one of the greatest strength feats I've ever seen in World's Strongest Man. Look at that power.
He does it. 8 kegs up, 8 kegs down in a time of 21.22 seconds. Your winner in the keg toss, Travis Ortmeyer. Even Britain's strongest man, the former leader in the keg toss, has to be impressed. An unreal effort from Travis Ortmeyer. The American came out aggressively and just assaulted the kegs. He's standing by with Bill Kazmaier.
Travis, that was amazing. Is that what happens after a disappointing first event?
Even though it was my mistake on the first event, the others must pay. It's too bad for them, but that was a good event for me, I guess.
One of those barrels is still floating into the cosmos. You realize that?
I didn't see any of them go over. I just waited to hear for the bang, and if I didn't hear one, I guess it was good.
Great performance.
Thanks, sir.
Yes!
Travis Ortmeyer, Jimmy Marcoux each got all kegs, but Ortmeyer's sensational time of 21.22 earned him the win. Dave Austin was alone in third, while Ravis Vidzis, Magnus Samuelsson, and Florian Trimple shared fourth. After 2 events, it's the Americans, Ortmeyer and Oslin, tied for the lead with 10 points. Jimmy Marcoux is next with 8 points, then it's Samuelsson, Vidzis, and Trimple. When we return, it's the longest 20 meters in sports, a 50,000-pound truck pull through downtown Charleston. You're watching the Metrics World's Strongest. Welcome back to Canal Boulevard in Charleston, West Virginia for the Metrics World's Strongest Man as Group 5 moves to their 3rd event, the truck pull. 3 of the 6 athletes already are in the books, and it's Ravis Vidzis leading the way. He was able to move the 25-ton truck across the 20-meter course in a time of 108.18. Florian Trimple and Jimmy Marcoux were scored for distance, and look at the crowd that has turned out to see our competitors here in the truck pull. Travis Ortmeyer, who's tied for the overall lead after 2 events, is our next competitor.
This is Travis's first time at the World's Strongest Man competition, and it's his first chance to show the world what he's capable of.
Remember, that's 25 tons. He's got to cover a 20-meter course in less than 75 seconds. The time to beat, 108.18, put up by Ravis Vidzis of Latvia.
God, I like this start. A big dive, going down low, getting into the pain zone, and staying there and pulling hard.
A slight slip, but he has got the quick hands and quick feet, Kaz, that you say are so effective.
He's pumping those legs really hard. He's putting out a really good effort.
The rookie, Travis Ortmeyer, coming up on the 5-meter mark and not pulling like a rookie here.
Look at that speed, Todd.
That's 50,000 pounds he's pulling. And he stops the clock at an amazing 45.75 seconds. So he is your current leader in the truck pull. Travis was willing to suffer for the cause. He stayed as low as possible, and he drove down the 20-meter course. The new leader is standing by with Kaz.
That was 50,000 pounds. How tough is that?
That was brutal. Short and really heavy. The start is another world. You just start pulling. You think nothing's happening, but every muscle in your body is straining. And then you get that first step and you know it's going. It just gives you the momentum to keep going.
Good luck. You want to go get some oxygen?
Yeah. Thank you.
From the United States of
And that
America,
brings us to the other U.S. athlete in the group, Dave Austin. Coming into the truck pull, Dave was tied with Travis in the overall standing, so he's going to need to do something special here to keep from losing ground to his fellow countrymen.
Todd, Dave's always given a great effort, but I don't know if he's got the leg power to get this huge truck moving.
25 tons. He's got 75 seconds to cover the 20-meter course. The time to beat just put up by Travis Ortmeyer, 45.75 seconds. Kaz, he's got a huge tilt going there, but you're right, the legs just aren't doing the job.
No, and he was using that duck walk where he got a lot of surface of his shoe on the ground, but I don't think he got a lot of leg power out of it. I don't know that it helped him that much pulling the truck, but he always comes up with great technique.
Well, you are right. Dave Ostlund always in for the fight. Will give you 110%. And here he is now. He's got some momentum going. Remember, folks, that's 50,000 pounds he is pulling down this course. Does not look like he's going to beat Travis Ortmeyer's time, but he's got a very strong pull going now.
He's pulling hard with his arms, and he's breathing like a machine. He's really huffing and puffing and trying to tug this thing over the line.
And Ostlund goes just under 1 minute, officially at 58.04 seconds. So he currently is in second place with just one athlete to go.
4 seconds puts him
Dave did everything right. He got down into a low position, but just didn't have the lower leg power to sustain the momentum of this huge truck.
Now to the final competitor in the truck pole. Sweden's Magnus Samuelsson is in fourth place after 2 events, but the truck pole should be very much to Big Magnus's liking.
How could it not be? You have those massive arms and giant legs. That's a pretty big head start in this event.
Magnus needs the points. He's a veteran and he knows you cannot dig yourself a hole. The mark to beat, 45.75 seconds, put up by American Travis Ortmeyer.
He's digging down and driving hard. This man knows what it takes to pull a big truck. With all that experience, he's staying super low and pulling really hard on that rope.
Quite literally, Magnus has been down this road before on several continents, and now he's got it rolling.
I've seen a lot of guys pull a truck, Todd, but this man gives 100% effort, and a lot of times he finds himself physically sick for giving so much energy.
Down to the wire it goes. He will not win, but he will check in at 49.44 seconds. Good enough for second place.
Magnus looks a little bit disoriented. Must be from the oxygen depletion.
So Travis Ortmeyer receives some congratulations for a job well done from his wife Lucy. And with a time of 45.75 seconds, the truck pole goes into the win column for Travis Ortmeyer. Magnus Samuelsson was second. Dave Ostlund took third. Fourth went to Ravis Vitzis. Triple and Marcoux didn't complete the course and were fifth and sixth, respectively. At the halfway point, Ortmeyer is the overall leader with 16 points. Ostlund trails by just 2 points in second. Samuelsson is third. Then it's Marcoux, Vitzis, and Trimple. Remember, only the top 2 will qualify for the final. It's now time for the Metrics Brute Strength Award.
The worthy recipient is Travis Ortmeyer for his performance in the keg toss. I'm not sure what Travis has against kegs, but he sure treated them.
My partner Bill Kazmaier, I'm Todd Harris. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. So long from Charleston, West Virginia. The 10-man field for the biggest event in strength athletics is nearly set. 8 strongmen have survived unbelievable challenges and can call themselves World's Strongest Man finalists. But 2 places are still to be claimed. Who will emerge from qualifying group number 5 and join them? The lineup will be completed next. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Metrics World's Strongest Man. We're in Charleston, West Virginia, as Group 5 continues their qualifying run. And with this spectacular state capitol building as the backdrop, the 4th of 6 events for the group is the deadlift, a classic test of strength.
Well, the deadlift might be old school, but this certainly isn't the traditional version. The opening weight is 585 pounds, and every good lift results in more weight added to the load. If anyone gets there, the 7th and final rep is 800 pounds.
All right, Kaz, up first in the deadlift is the USA's Dave Ostlund, the man from Minnesota. He's currently in second place overall in the group.
God, Dave looks as good as I've ever seen him. He's made a ton of improvement, put on a lot of body mass, but he's so tall. These kind of events just don't favor a guy his height.
He's now moving on to 650 pounds. Successful there, Kaz. You're right, he is extremely tall, and look at the travel he has to do to get that weight up.
He's so solid, though. He sure has done his homework. He's been training with a couple of world champions, the Gillingham brothers, and they've helped his deadlift a lot.
$750 pounds. This is the last keg. This will put it at 800 pounds.
He is super intense, going to that place where he believes he can make this lift.
Well, belief would not get it done, but a very impressive performance by Dave Ostlund. 6 reps, 27.55 seconds. That becomes the mark to beat. We are at the base of the New River Gorge Bridge, which stands 876 feet tall, making it the second tallest in the United States. And we welcome you to West Virginia. Alongside my colleague Bill Kazmaier, I am Todd Harris. Well, today, qualifying group number 5 ends their run, and 2 of these athletes will round out our top 10 in the championship field. Leading the way right now, 2 Americans, Travis Ortmeyer of Houston and Dave Oslin of Minnesota.
When you look at Travis, you're looking at something really special. He's got a great attitude. He's strong from head to toe. When you look into those eyes, you see a truly wild, strong man. And Dave Oslin, he's the thinking man's strong man. With his training regimen, his increased body mass, and improving core strength, you're going to see him around for years to come.
Let's not forget Magnus Samuelsson. He won it all back in 1998.
With what could be Magnus's last time competing, it'd be great to see the giant Swede make it to the final one last time.
Let's not forget Jimmy Marcoux. He currently sits in 4th place. He is Britain's reigning strongest man, but he has 2 events that really favor his strengths coming up. Before we get back to the competition, let's bring you up to speed on what has happened in the first 3 events. The first event for Group 5 was the loading race. Dave Oslin was never troubled by the 1,000 pounds of cargo he carried across the sand. The 2-time finalist picked up the early win. In the keg toss, Jimmy Marcoux of England put up a great time that was good enough for 2nd place. But in a performance that my partner Bill Kazmaier says may have been the greatest feat of strength yet, Travis Ortmeyer, the other American in the group, whose kegs may still be in orbit, claimed the victory in the 6 points that go with the win. In the truck poll, it once again was Travis Ortmeyer stealing the show. The big Texan propelled the 50,000-pound coal truck over the line and got another victory. At the halfway point, it's Travis Ortmeyer in the lead with 16 points. Dave Oslin is in 2nd with 14. The 1998 champion Magnus Samuelsson is 3rd. Then it's Marcoux, Vidzis, and Trimple. And we return once again to the Capitol Complex here in Charleston for more of the deadlift for group number 5. Ravis Vidzis of Latvia is currently in 5th place overall in the Kaz. If he has any chance of making the final, he needs to go on a run starting right here, right now.
Ravis has always been a very solid deadlifter, Todd. So if you can't get it done here, it's not happening. In a group of this quality, you can't afford to back off on your efforts.
Starting weight, 585 pounds. They'll now jump up to 620 pounds. Successful there. Remember, the mark to beat, 27.55, 6 reps put up by Dave Oslin.
I'm not liking the strain on his face already. These should be easy reps for him.
Ravis really struggling here at 720 pounds.
I'm looking for the commitment.
And you're not going to get it. He will check out with 4 repetitions in a time of 15.67 seconds. Jimmy Marcoux is Britain's strongest man, and now he wants to conquer the rest of the planet. He'll start with the deadlift when the Metrics World's Strongest Man continues. Welcome back to the Metrics World's Strongest Man. We're at the Capitol Complex in Charleston, West Virginia, as Group 5's qualifying round continues with the deadlift. Magnus Samuelsson's combination of height and a history of back problems are a bad match for the deadlift, and it showed. The giant Swede could only manage 4 reps in 25.03 seconds. Germany's Florian Trimpel's 2nd World's Strongest Man appearance hasn't been a happy one. He also settled for 4 lifts, but did it in 16.97 seconds. So with just 2 athletes still to go, Dave Oslin is the current leader with 6 reps in 27.55 seconds. Vidzis is 2nd, then it's Trimple and Samuelsson. American Travis Ortmeyer may be a World's Strongest Man rookie, but he's a rookie who has been preparing for this opportunity for years.
Winning would be amazing. You know, I always watched it on TV, and I never really thought that I'd be strong enough to be here. A few years ago, I was going to go with a friend of mine. He was doing a Texas State Championships, and the night before, I decided to give it a shot, and I ended up taking 5th. And since that moment, nothing but winning World's Strongest Man was in my head. A lot of guys, I guess they just generally regard me as a little crazy. I think my eyes kind of just change. Things get a little different. And most people know, just stay away from me at that time. You know, it's a bit intimidating at first to see all the big names and faces that you see on TV, but the strongman's a brotherhood. These are my brothers. I'm ready to compete, battle with them and against them.
From the United States.
Well, Travis has done more than just compete thus far. He's won 2 events and is the group's overall leader.
God, you got to really appreciate this guy's attitude. He may have a crazy look in his eyes, but he's all business.
Ready? Away!
This is Travis Ortmeyer, starting weight 585 pounds. Kaz, what do you think of the form so far?
Nice form, hips low, a lot of leg drive, and a super strong back.
Mark to beat, put up by American Dave Ostlund, 6 reps in 27.55 seconds.
He's unfamiliar with this apparatus. I give him a lot of credit. If you never felt it before, it's really tough to do.
This is it. This is for 800 pounds and the lead. Unable to get the 800 pounds up, but a strong performance by Travis Ortmeyer. He is the current leader, 6 reps, 26.20 seconds.
Travis looked pretty comfortable all the way through the 6th rep, but on the final lift, if he just would have got it above his knees, I think he would have got it all the way to lockout. 800 pounds proved to be just too much.
From England, welcome Jimmy
So our
Marcoux.
final competitor in the deadlift will be Jimmy Marcoux of England. Now, Group 5, he is in 4th place in the overall standings, but can make up quite a bit of ground on the guys in front of him with the win here. 6 points, remember, goes to the winner.
This is a classic powerlifter's body you're looking at. He's got huge legs, tremendous hip power, and a really solid low and upper back.
Successful at 685. Remember, he is Britain's reigning strongest man.
He's just cruising. He's machine-like with these pulls.
And he will go for 800. No one's done this yet in this group. Can Jimmy Marcoux be the first?
No cheat, just nice powerlifting form. That's a surprise. His 6th rep was really strong. I thought he'd make this one.
40 seconds to go. 40 seconds to go.
And he still has 40 seconds, Kaz. He needs to give it one more shot.
This is time to dig down. Believe you can do it. Just power it right up.
Jimmy doesn't have that belief, but he does believe this. Jimmy Marcoux wins the deadlift. 6 reps in a time of 23.97 seconds. Well, the precision, the technique from Jimmy Marcoux, the Englishman didn't have any serious difficulty on his way to the victory. He's now standing by with Bill Kazmaier.
Jimmy, that was a fast 6. You've taken the group. How do you feel about that one?
Oh, I feel great. I knew I was going to do it fast. Because my target was to do a 6 fast and try for the 7th one, but it just seems to be heavy, so it wasn't the day to lift it.
There's going to be some pressing events coming up, and you're really good at that. How do you feel your chances are going to be?
I'll hopefully get some good points there. And it's a different style I usually train, but I should do all right.
Great job.
Thank you.
3 men completed 6 reps, but Jimmy Marcoux did it the fastest and earned the win. Travis Ortmeyer was 2nd. 3rd place went to Dave Ostlund. Ravis Vidzis was 4th, Triple 5th, and Samuelson 6th. After 4 of 6 events, Ortmeyer remains the leader with 21 points. Ostlund is 2nd with 18. Jimmy Marcoux moves up to 3rd. In 4th, it's Magnus Samuelson, then it's Vidzis and Triple. Remember, only the top 2 move on to the final. Travis Ortmeyer has never been there. Dave Ostlund has, but would love to go back. The battle from Charleston, West Virginia continues next. Welcome back to Charleston, West Virginia. The first settlement in Charleston was in 1788, and it's been West Virginia's capital city since 1877. Modern-day Charleston now has over 300,000 residents in its metro area. Downtown Charleston features the Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences, which is the core of a vibrant arts community. And Charleston continues to be the hub for the strongman community and host city for the Metrics World's Strongest Man. As the Metrics World's Strongest Man continues from the Capitol Complex, it's the Viking Press, the 5th of 6 events for qualifying group number 5.
Todd, this one's easy to explain. The athletes will need to press the giant log weighing 305 pounds overhead as many times as possible. The legs will need to provide the initial thrust. Then it's the shoulders and arms that will have to take over from there.
Florian Trimple already stepped up to the massive apparatus. The German pounded out 9 reps before calling it quits. Magnus Samuelson also had his chance. The former champion from Sweden was credited with 10 good lifts and shares the lead. And with 10 reps of his own, Ravis Vidzis of Latvia is the other man in first place. So 3 competitors still to go, and next is England's Jimmy Marcoux. With his win in the deadlift, Jimmy made up some big ground on the top 2. And here's another event where he can do some more damage, Kaz.
Todd, Jimmy's a great presser, and it all starts with the legs. With calves and quads like his, he's got a great advantage here.
Down, as low as possible. Down.
Remember, the mark to beat, 10. He's halfway there. Now it's 6. Magnus Samuelsson and Ravis Vidsas have the lead, and Kaz, he is just flying through this.
It's such nice rhythm, Todd. You can see his legs starting to lift. He's got tremendous shoulder and tricep power.
He is the new leader, and how far can he go? 13. Look at this for Britain's strongest man, Jimmy Marcoux, and he still has time.
No quitting the Brit, I'll tell you that for sure. Beautiful lifting.
And Jimmy Marcoux not only becomes the new leader, he shatters the old mark. He now sits on top with 15 repetitions.
Todd, look at this technique. Great leg drive, a lot of shoulder and arm power, and you really got to like the determination he displayed in fighting for this last rep.
From USA, Travis
And that'll take us to our next competitor, the Texas Bull, Travis Ortmeyer, leader after 4 events. Kaz, he talked about his eyes getting a little crazy here. He's going to have to do just that if he wants to top Jimmy Marcoux's mark at 15 reps.
He's 6'4", 326 pounds. He's so tremendously powerful throughout his body. Look at those explosive moves. It's like there's no weight in his hands.
And there is at 305 pounds, and Travis Ortmeyer is literally just throwing it up in the air. One more, he'll have a tie. He still has time.
He's got to gather himself, catch a couple breaths, get the power back. I'm sure he can make this.
And he gets it. This for the lead.
So close. He just doesn't have those lockouts in him, Todd.
So the young man from Cypress, Texas is your co-leader, throwing up 15 repetitions. So Ortmeyer now is tied with Jimmy Marcoux.
Just look at the intensity in Travis's face. You don't think this means something to him? His whole life revolves around this sport.
That will be a tough act to follow. The 6th and final competitor in the Viking press is Dave Ostlund of Minnesota. Now, Dave is in 2nd place overall, but is in danger of slipping if he can't put up a decent number here.
Dave's come a long way in his pressing. He might not be able to match the 15 reps, but he'll definitely make a charge for it. He's really figured out how to press with nice technique. Leg drive, a back arch, leaning into it. That's really strong.
At 8 repetitions, remember that's 305 pounds, now 9 reps for the big man from Minnesota.
He's got to watch a double knee bend because he drives and then sort of dips, but he leans back and then forward to get it.
He's at 11 repetitions right now, Kaz. Does he have any more in him?
He's been warned for the dip. He's got to straighten these out. That's a dangerous technique, but it was awesome.
Kaz, any chance? Nope, he's got nothing left in the tank, so Dave Ostlund will bow out with 12 repetitions. That will give him 3rd place in the Viking press. The win of the Viking press is shared by Travis Ortmeyer of the U.S. and England's Jimmy Marcoux. Each man put up 15 repetitions. The other American, Dave Ostlund, earned 3rd place with his 12 reps. Bill Kazmaier standing by with a man who has qualified for the final.
Travis, looks like you've cinched a spot in the final. How happy does that make you?
I don't even know how to explain it. That's pretty awesome. You know, you try, you work your butt off your whole life. I've been lifting weights since I was 12 years old. That's 15 years experience. That's as much as anyone out here. And I'm at World's Strongest Man final! Yes!
What you bring from those eyes speaks volumes to people when they look deep into those big blues.
There's a lot. You know, just come out here to do my best. Lead by example. Maybe someday I can inspire someone the way you have.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
So Travis Ortmeyer is the overall leader after 5 events and has guaranteed himself a place in the final. Dave Ostlund has a 1.5-point advantage on Britain's strongest man, Jimmy Marcoux, in the fight for the 2nd transfer position into the World's Strongest Man final. In repeat of last year, Dave Oslin and Jimmy Marcoux will square off at the Atlas Stones with a finals berth on the line. Who's staying? Who's going home? Find out when the Metrics World's Strongest Man returns. Welcome back to the Metrics World's Strongest Man. We're at the University of Charleston in Charleston, West Virginia for the sixth and final event in the qualifying run for group number 5, the Atlas Stones.
The Atlas Stones has become the signature event at the World's Strongest Man because it's the definitive challenge of overall body strength. Moving the 5 stones that weigh a combined 1,440 pounds will tax just about every muscle group.
The competition has come to a close for 2 men. Germany's Florian Trimpel ended a disappointing sophomore campaign with 4 stones at a time of 32.91 seconds. Ravis Vidzis of Latvia wasn't able to recapture the magic of 2006 when he was a finalist. His time in Charleston ends with 4 stones in 19.73 seconds. And that brings us to heat number 2. Travis Ortmeyer versus Magnus Samuelsson. Now, Ortmeyer's already assured that he'll be in the final. This will give him a chance to preview an event he'll see there.
Travis is called the Texas Stone Man for a reason. This is one of his specialties.
We first saw Magnus Samuelsson in 1995 in the Bahamas, but this could be his final bow at the World's Strongest Man as the giant Swede is considering retirement.
This should be an awesome matchup. Magnus has been among the best in the world in this event for years.
Ready? Both men should have no problem. They don't with that first stone cast. That's 220 pounds. Onto the second stone, 245. Travis Ortmeyer already on to stone number 3, 265 pounds. He is flying through the rack.
And he's handling that weight with ease, Todd.
This is it, the final stone for Travis Ortmeyer. This is 400 pounds, and he's done it.
Solid move with 400 pounds. Magnus is fighting. He's also got it.
Magnus Samuelsson, a real champion, also completes the entire rack. What a showing by both men.
For Magnus Samuelsson and Travis
Ortmeyer is your current leader, 5 stones in an impressive time of 21.18 seconds. And Magnus's 5-1 stumble at the end puts up a great time, 28.17 seconds.
Todd, it definitely wasn't a perfect run by any means, but Travis Ortmeyer is just too fast and too explosive. I'm sure the other finalists will be taking note of that.
Well, Ortmeyer's already into the final, so it's all about the battle between Dave Oslin and Jimmy Marcoux. With a 1.5 lead, Oslin is in if he beats Marcoux or finishes no more than 1 place behind him. Believe it or not, Dave Oslin and Jimmy Marcoux were in nearly the same position last year when they reached the Atlas Stones. However, it was Oslin who trailed by half a point going in, so the American just needed to beat Marcoux head-to-head, and he delivered. So here we go again. Dave Oslin is attempting to make his 3rd final in 4 appearances. Jimmy Marcoux is trying to make the final for his first time.
You got to feel bad for Jimmy. Dave is one of the best in the world at this event. Strongman can be very unpredictable, but if it's a fight between a big guy and a little guy in the Atlas Stones, you've got to go with the size advantage every time.
Here's the scenario. Dave Oslin beats Jimmy Marcoux. He is in.
Ready? One swift move for Dave. Jimmy takes it in 2 parts.
And there you see the advantage Dave Oslin has. The height is just not a problem for him.
Dave's practiced these stones so many times, I think he could do them in his sleep.
This is it, the 5th and final stone, and Big Dave Oslin has done it. The American has done it in an impressive time, and Jimmy Marcoux, once again, the stones are his undoing, but he does place all 5 stones.
What a way to end it.
What a performance by both men, but Dave Oslin's able to outdo Jimmy Marcoux, Britain's strongest man. 5 stones in a time of 30.43 seconds. Dave Oslin, 5 stones, 21.10 seconds. He is the winner of the Atlas Stones, but more importantly, moving on to the final.
Todd, Jimmy was right there, but the 3rd stone, the 265-pounder, just about sealed his fate. Dave Oslin just rampaged his way through the 5 stones.
So Oslin is victorious in the Atlas Stones with a time of 21.10 seconds. Travis Ortmeyer was just 800th behind in 2nd. Magnus Samuelsson is 3rd. Jimmy Marcoux is 4th. Our 2 finalists from this group are with Bill Kazmaier.
Dave Oslin, 3rd time to the final in 4 years. Do you have anything left?
Oh, yeah, I got best still ahead of me. I think I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and hopefully that shows through in the final.
What was the difference for you this year?
I brought up my weaknesses quite a bit. My pressing has always been my real weak point, and worked on that hard. I got myself a 3rd place in the heat here, and that really helped get me through.
Congratulations. Good luck in the final. And now for the newcomer from Cypress, Texas. Even though you're a rookie, a lot of people think that you're the guy to take down Mariusz Pudzianowski. How do you feel about that?
I think that'd be wonderful. That'd be a dream come true. You know, rookie year, take top honors with the world's strongest man. But hey, everybody's beatable, and any rookie can have his day.
Congratulations to you both. We'll see you in the final.
Thank you very much.
Nice job, Dave.
See you, Travis.
Nice job, buddy.
Americans are 1-2 in the final standings. Travis Ortmeyer wins the group, while Dave Ostlund was second. Both men are headed to the final. It's heartbreak again for Jimmy Marcoux. Magnus Samuelsson finished 4th in what could be his farewell. It's now time for the Metrics Brute Strength Award.
Todd, the Brute Strength Award goes to Travis Ortmeyer for his performance in the Viking press. With rep after rep of the 305-pound log, Travis demonstrated the power and desire